Producers and entrepreneurs. This is the chapter which we will be studying. In this chapter, we will know who are more about producers, who are consumers, and who are entrepreneurs. Can you guess, before I begin this chapter, can anybody guess who are producers called as? Who are the producers?
Man, that
A producer is someone who creates and
Very good.
supplies goods or services.
Very good. The person who is producing something, right? That means the person who is creating something. Entrepreneurs, any guesses?
Mom, businessman.
Okay, very good. And consumers?
Ma'am, the ones
Using the
who use the
products made by
product.
Very good.
producers.
Very good. Consumers are the ones who are using the products, right? So basically, in this particular chapter, we will study in depth about producers, entrepreneurs, and we will also know about the consumers. So number one, producer is someone who creates and supplies goods and services. This is very important. Please underline this. Who is a producer? Producer is the one who is making any good. Okay, so producer does not mean he is going to make any product, right? Producer, he can be a producer even if he is giving a service. All right. So please make a note of it, children. So producers are the ones who can even give services. Now, producers are the ones who pay wages to the workers. They make payments for the capital resources and land, set the price of their products, and earn profits from the surplus amount. So basically, producers are those people who employ others, isn't it? Yes or no, children?
Yes.
Yes. So whenever a producer is producing, so he's basically employing workers in his factory if he's producing any good or any product. Along with that, he is investing in making that product. He does a lot of investment in making that product, and whatever investment he has done, whatever was the cost of the product, he also makes sure that he's earning little bit of profit in that, isn't it? That's how his business is going to run smoothly. Yes. Do you all agree with
Yes,
this? Yes. Now, the next thing is government also produce some kinds of services. Consumer is someone who buys product and uses services. Please underline this. Now, who's the consumer? Consumer is the one who's buying the product and who's using the services. Okay. They are the one who are buying the product and they're the one who are using those services. Now, it is important to note that a producer can be a consumer and vice versa. Yes or no? A producer can be a consumer and a consumer can be a producer. Do you all agree?
yes, ma'am.
Can you give me an example? How can a producer be a consumer?
Ma'am, because producers also buy clothes and household
Yes,
products. So in that
yes,
case, they are the
yes. Yes, very good. So they might be making one product. For example, they are the producers of laptops or mobile phone, but they require other commodities also for their living, right? So they will become a consumer for other products, right? Similarly, it goes with the consumers. Now, both markets, this is important. Please underline that important to know that a producer can become a consumer and vice versa. Just underline that particular point. Yeah. Next is both market needs a demand and determined by consumers. Consumer will buy product and uses services keeping in mind the type of producer. All right. So whenever the consumer is buying any product, whenever you go to buy any product, don't you look at the brand? Yes, don't you look, okay, this particular product, who's the producer of this product? If you know, if you're very, satisfied with the producer, then, without seeing the product, you will buy that because you have that trust in that producer, isn't it? So whenever the consumer is buying any product, he will always make sure or keep in mind the producer. Yes. Now, please underline this. Consumer will buy products and services, keeping in mind the type of a producer. Now, I'll give you one example over here. Being Human brand, do you know that? Which actor is the one who owns it?
Salman Khan.
Yes. So, most of his products are sold just because people like him or he is the favorite actor, right? So they keep in mind whom? The producer. Okay, he's the producer. That means it is going to be something outstanding, something best. Yes, clear with the example?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right. Next, entrepreneurship is the process of setting up a business which is different from any other economic activity. What is entrepreneur? I asked you in the beginning. See, these are three different terms. Producer is different, consumer is different, and entrepreneur is different. Entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business, okay, from any other economic activity. Please underline the meaning of entrepreneurship, everyone. Please underline. Okay, now, which is different from any other activity. The person who sets up his business is called an entrepreneur. So who's an entrepreneur basically? The one who sets
Who sets
up
up
the
a business?
business. Clear, everyone? Please underline that. That's important. These are all the definitions. So you might get a fill in the blank and objective question in your exams based upon this. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue further. Do you all agree with me now? All right. An entrepreneur is responsible for creation and expansion of the business. Definitely, if you are a businessman, what will be the main focus of a businessman? That he needs to expand his business. He needs to earn maximum profits from whatever he has invested in that business. Yes or no? Is this that main goal of the entrepreneur?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Please underline this. The person who sets up his business is called an entrepreneur. All right. Now, entrepreneur becomes a job provider rather than a job seeker. Yes. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Yes,
underline
ma'am.
this. Please underline this. How will you give? Can you give me an example how an entrepreneur can provide job? He
Ma'am,
can be.
because he needs a team to work.
Yes. Can you give me one example of any one product? Yes.
Ma'am, like Apple software. So they need people, IT people
Right.
who can work from
Who
there.
can work? Very good. Very good. Who gave this example? Karthike, right?
Ma'am, yes.
Very good, Karthike. Very good. Very nice. Keep it up. Now let's study further. Entrepreneur was first introduced by French economist. Please underline this name. By French economist named Richard Cantillon in his writings in 18th century. Okay, so this word entrepreneurship was first introduced by whom? Which French economist? Children?
Cantillon.
Yes.
Until
Have you
now.
all understood till here, everyone?
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
let's go further. Now, producers. We will study each of these in detail. Now, let's first focus on producers. A producer is someone who creates and supplies goods and services. Okay, goods or services. Please remember, producer does not mean he is only producing goods. He can also produce services. Okay, please underline the first line. The producer is one who creates and supplies goods and services. Now, producers combine the various factors of production to create something new in the form of a product or in the form of a service. So who are producers generally? They are the ones who come up with something new, creative, right? That then only people will go and buy, right? For example, as Karthike gave an example, if it is an Apple mobile phone, right? They will come up with new features every month, isn't it? Every 6 months or every month they'll come up with new features so that people get attracted to it. People buy their product. Yes. Now we will see the companies, okay, the products, the companies that manufacture and produce them, who and other producers. Now let's see. Number one is Amul. Who's the producer of Amul? Children? Amul butter. Who produces Amul butter?
Gujarat Cooperative Milk
Cooperative
Marketing
Milk
Federation
Marketing
Limited.
Federation Limited.
Very good, Karthike. You were the first one to give me the answer. So it is produced by Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited. Okay. Now, who is the producer of the color pencils? Camlin.
Cocoyo Camlin
Cocoyo
Ltd.
Camlin.
Okay. They were formerly known as.
Camlin
Camlin
Ltd.
Limited.
Camlin
Yes.
Limited.
Yes. Who is the producer of Pepsi?
PepsiCo.
PepsiCo.
Okay. Who is the producer of Apple
Apple
mobile
Inc.
phone?
Apple Inc.
Okay, so these are all the examples of producers. All right. From the above line, just underline factors of production to create something new in the form of a product or service. And do remember the examples, children. Okay. Now take a look. So these were all the examples of what? Of the products, goods, right? Whether it is Amul butter, whether it is PepsiCo, or with Pepsi, or whether it is Apple mobile phone, right? These are what? Goods. Now we will see how in services, the producers who provides services. Okay, take a look at the following services. The company that provides them are the producers. So for example, if I say Air India, who's the producer of Air India?
Air India
Air
Ltd.
India
So
Limited.
Air India, is it the product?
No,
No, ma'am, it's a service provider.
It helps us to yes, so go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, it helps us in transportation.
Very good. It helps in transportation. Okay, they are providing services. So they will also be called as the producers. Next is Big Bazaar. What about Big Bazaar?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, it's a
it is a
retail
service.
shop.
Yes, a retail shop, again providing services.
Ma'am,
And
like
who's the
Yes.
ma'am.
producer? And who's the producer of it?
Future Group.
Future Group.
Future Group.
Very good. Next is the company, Walk Hard Company. Can you see that? It's a company.
Yes.
You can say any
It's
IT company. Yes.
No, ma'am, it's a pharmaceutical company.
Yes. It's a pharma. Yeah, correct. It's a pharmaceutical company. So who is the producer of it?
Walk Hard
Yes,
Ltd.
limited. All right. Now,
Limited.
if I give you example of bank, whether it is Axis Bank or any other banks, who is the owner of the bank over here given in the picture?
Axis Bank.
What is Axis Bank doing? Giving which service?
Ma'am,
Banking service they are giving you. Na?
Banking services.
Yes. So they are giving you banking services. So they will also be called as producers. Clear? Have you understood? So producers are not just the ones who are producing goods. They are also producing services, whether it is in the form of traveling, whether it is in the form of banking, whether it is in the form of pharmaceutical companies. Clear? Clear, children?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Karthike. Thank you. Next, producers could be individuals or groups of individuals who come together to create a common commodity. Businesses, also called as firms, are the main examples of producers and are usually what economists have in mind when talking about producers. So please underline this. Producers are individuals or group of individuals who come together to create a common commodity. First line. Okay. So they are the one who come together to create a common commodity. Clear, everyone? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Can you give me example of one such individual who's a producer? Whether he is providing a good or a service. Let's see.
Ma'am,
Which.
Mukesh Ambani.
Very good. This is what I was expecting from you all. He is an individual or a group of individual?
The individual.
Individual, right? And they're creating a common commodity, right? And he has various products, right? Yes, which he is producing. Now next is, however, government also produce some kinds of services. Please underline this. Do you all agree with this? Even the government are providing us certain services.
Yes.
Which services government provides us? Please
Yes.
underline. Police service, defense
Police.
service, public schools, post, and sometimes goods, right? These are all the services
Yes.
which is provided by whom? By the government. So can you see the difference? The first point is telling about the private individuals or the group of individuals who are producing. And the second point is telling us about the government services, right? What are the examples of government services, children?
Police services,
Police
defense
services is
services,
defense
public
services,
schools,
public
and
school, post,
and
Very good.
sometimes
and goods.
Yes, yes. Now we'll see one more example, okay? Such as when a government owns an oil field or oil production, for example, ONGC, right? This is an example of a government
Oil
production. That is oil production. Yes, please underline ONGC's oil production so that you remember the examples. See, in this chapter, the more examples you write in your answer sheets, the more marks you will get. Please make a note of it that you write examples when whatever is the question. You all make sure that you all write the questions, the examples. Clear? Clear till here, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, everyone have understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's go on to the next topic. Okay, the third point. Let's see what is there in the third point. Households and individuals are producers of non-market goods and services. Please underline. So this is another kind of, producer. That is the household and the individuals. They are the ones who are providing goods and services, but they are called as non-market goods and services. For example, what are the examples? The cleaning, they do the cleaning process, child rearing, cooking food. Yes, you all have maids coming, right? Yes, maids
Yes.
come, they do the cleaning process. So at times you have maids for taking care of a child. You have maids who come to who go to different houses and cook food. So
Babysitting.
yes, so what are these people doing? They are also providing services, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
But their service is non-market, all right, because they are doing it individually, not for the purpose of profit. Okay, next is, let's see the fourth category. Producers pay wages to workers, make payments for capital resources and land, set a price of their products, and earn profits from the surplus amount. So this is, I think everybody knows this. Okay, whoever is a producer, what is he is going to do? He's going to invest certain amount of money in making a particular product, right? He will also employ certain workers. He will give them their wages, and he will make sure that whatever was the cost of production of that particular product, he should earn a surplus amount. That means he should have a profit. Yes, this is the aim of every producer. Yes, Shureen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Please underline this. Producers pay wages to workers, make payments for capital resources. Okay, they set a price for the product and they earn the profit. Okay, that's it. Clear? So this is what all producers do. Do you all agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, according to dictionary.com, a producer is a person who creates economic value or produces goods and services. So basically, according to the dictionary.com meaning, what is the meaning of the producer according to them? It is a person, please underline, a person who creates economic value and produces goods and services. This definition is given by whom?
Dictionary.com.
Dictionary.
Have you all understood till your children?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Kartikeya, for participating. Very good. Keep it up. Now, let me also get satisfaction, whether you've understood or not. We will do a quiz and we'll understand whether you all have understood the topic or not. Let's see. Number one, dash are someone who creates and supplies goods and services.
Producers.
Okay, let's freeze producers and check it out, right? Very good. Keep it up. Next, producers could be dash, a group of individuals who come together to create a common commodity.
Producers could be individuals.
Yes, it could be individual or group of individuals. Very good.
Ma'am, the
You are missing the
spelling
N.
is wrong.
Individual spelling.
I
Individuals nahi individual. How it will be plural? No, that's not.
Individuals.
Yes, please. Okay, businesses are called dash. We'll tell you.
entrepreneurs.
Hmm?
Entrepreneurs.
Firms, ma'am, firms.
Yes, businesses are called dash. What are they called as?
Ma'am, firm. F-I-R-M.
Good,
Firm.
Siddhi. Very good, Siddhi.
Thank you.
Why entrepreneurs would be wrong? Who will give me an answer to this? Why entrepreneurs would be wrong? Children?
Ma'am, because they're businessmen.
Entrepreneurs are businessmen, okay? They are not the
Businessmen.
businesses. Okay, the business will be called as firms. Clear? Next. Dash also produce some kind of services such as police service, defense service, public schools, and
Government.
Government.
let's freeze government and check if it's right. Very good, very good. Dash pay wages to workers, make payments for capital resources and land.
Producers.
Producers.
Very good. This shows that you all have understood the content. Very nice. Very good, all of you. Keep it up. Next, we'll go on the next topic. That is, there is a distinct difference between a consumer and a producer. Now, this particular paragraph will tell you the difference between a producer and a consumer. Now, I want you all to write this differentiation in your notebook. You all are going to draw a line and you all are going to write the pointers. Okay, children? So please make a note of it. You all are going to write the pointers. Clear? Yes. Now, mark it as and when I'm teaching. Number one, let's see the first difference. As word suggests, the consumer buys a goods and services. Yes, this is the first differentiation. Number one, point number one, a consumer, please underline, a consumer buys a good or uses a services. Okay. Now, point number one of a producer. A producer, however, creates and manufactures a product or provides a service for use. So this is point number one of a producer. Please underline. A producer creates and manufactures products or provides services for use. So this is point number one. Okay. Now we'll see point number two with a different color. We'll highlight it with a different color. Okay. Point number two is, so people who use goods and services are called consumers, whereas people who make goods and services, goods and provide services are called as producers. Please underline. Point number two of consumer, people who use goods and services are called consumers. And point number two of producers are people who make, please underline the above point as well. Yes. Let's see the third point now. Please write down this in your notebook, okay, in a form of a differentiation and with points. Now let's see the third point. Producers make goods and provide services for consumers to buy or use. The producer must bear in mind the following factors that will influence what he produces. Okay, number one, see, whenever the producer is making any product, he should always keep in mind certain things. Yes. What do you think, or what he should keep in mind whenever he's producing any product? If you, as a producer, if you intend to produce any product, what things you will keep in mind?
Ma'am, requirements.
Very good. You will see, okay, if I want to make this product, is this product required in the market? Will people buy my product? Do they need my product? Yes, you will only then you will make a product, isn't it? Otherwise, you will not make that product. If people are not requiring that product, you will not make, isn't it? Next, what you will see, demands for types of goods and numbers. So if at all people are ready to buy, okay, if I make a product and if I know, okay, this product is required, but then I will also see whether people will buy that good in large number or no. Yes. So if, for example, if 2 years before, right, let's take an example. If it was in 2018, okay, 2018, in 2018, if someone would, produce lots of masks, which we are using now, would you think the profit or the sale would have been
No, ma'am.
No,
much?
ma'am.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Yes, but if you will see the market, there is a change. Nowadays, you have lots of masks available. People started producing. Why? Because they knew that now it is a requirement and people are going to buy my product in bulk. So whether it is a medical store or whether it is any other store, you find masks available, right? So can you understand the difference? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Please underline, producers must bear in mind the following factors while making any product. Now, what factor he should keep in mind? Number one, please underline market needs and requirements. Number two, demand for the types of goods and the numbers. Okay. Next, both market needs and demand are determined by the consumer. Similarly, now this is the third point of a producer. Okay. Now we will see the third point of a consumer. A consumer will buy products and use services keeping in mind the type of a producer. This is what we learned before also, right? If you have any famous actor or if you're a fan of any Bollywood actor, you will definitely tend to buy a product created by him, irrespective to the quality of the product, isn't it? Yes, Shurin?
Yes.
Please underline this. A consumer will buy the product or service keeping in mind the type of a producer, right? Or if can you give me any example of your choice, any producer, any brand which you would
Virat Kohli, Rogan.
yes, you would prefer to buy that particular product which is created by them, right? Isn't it? Next, they may even attach loyalty to certain producers and products or services based on their satisfying experience. So for example, if you buy any product, okay, which you liked it, the brand of that particular clothing, right? You liked it very much, you love that. So next time when you enter the market to buy any clothing, you will definitely search for that particular product because you like that brand, isn't it? Yes or no? Okay, please underline this.
Yes.
Can you give me example for like your personal example that you bought any product, you liked it, and then next time you went to the market, you again bought the same product based upon your personal experience? Please underline this. They may even attach loyalty till satisfying experience. Can everyone give me an example? Any product which you all had already bought, whether it will be related to clothing or any makeup stuff or any household stuff, anything. You all don't buy products, your shoes, your anything. Yes. Who would like to give me an example?
Ma'am, Ajis
Ma'am,
cheese slice.
Yes, yes. 1 minute, one at a time. Yes, Tashif.
Ma'am, cheese slice from Amul.
Okay, okay. So cheese slice from Amul. You used it, you liked it, and so next time you will
Yes,
only prefer Amul brand. You will not prefer any other brand. Okay, very good, Tashif. What about you, Kartika? You were also saying something.
ma'am, pencil from DOMS.
Okay, pencil. Okay, stationery. All right. So you will only prefer that particular. This happens even with the with pen. You write with one particular pen. You see, okay, the handwriting with this pen is beautiful. You can use this pen in your exam. Next time you go to the market to buy pen, you will only search for that particular brand.
Pentonic.
And laptop from HP.
Laptop, very good laptops. So you got the examples now. Understood the point? Very good,
Yes.
show. Very nice. So this is the third point of consumer. Now, does the producer and consumers share a complementary relationship in the market economy where each with the different behavior patterns do what is in joint interest and sustain the producer-consumer relationship? So this is how, there is a relationship built up between the producer and the consumer. Producer will see the needs of the consumer. Consumer will always see who's the producer before buying the product. So that's how they build a relationship. Now, it is important to know that a producer can be a consumer and vice versa. This is something which we had learned before. Please underline this point. Yes.
Time is up.
Yes. I'll just complete with this example. Now, for example, we'll understand this particular point with the help of an example. A farmer who is producing a grain, he will be a consumer of a milk product. Okay. Similarly, a doctor is a consumer of shoes. Okay, but he is a producer of medical services, whatever he is providing. Please underline this example, and we'll stop here for today because it's almost time up. Clear? Have you understood the example?
Yes.
Okay, so now can one person just tell me how a producer can be a consumer? How a producer can be a consumer? Come on.
When they take something from a higher producer.
So give me an example which is there in the text itself. How a producer
The
can be a
farmer, he's a producer of grain, but he will also be a consumer of milk products.
Milk products. And the other how can a consumer be a producer?
And for example, a doctor, he's a consumer of shoes.
But he is giving his medical services.
Mom, because he has a requirement of
Shoes, right? So this is how the roles can change. Please
Can I
underline
give
the
an example?
Please, yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, if there is a bakery, ma'am, and there's a girl who makes cakes, ma'am, she's producing cakes, ma'am, but she's consuming eggs and flour and all this.
Very good. She's a consumer of eggs and the products, the raw material which she is requiring for, and she's the producer of cakes. Very good, very nice. Think of any other example. You will have a number of examples. One more before I end the class. Anyone? One more example?